We play.
We fight.
We conquer.
Welcome back to the Freak Show. I am your host, Bumpy McSquigums. The Triple P series continues now with Hom 5. Alright, we're roaming around, kind of just getting our feet wet and doing some battles and just stuff, really, with our boy Bindon. And it's going to be great. Probably. Still mad that we lost so many archers. But what can you do? We are in the early stages. Losses are bound to happen. You can avoid fights you know that are going to go poorly for only so long. Otherwise, you just dead stop progress, and that's not really part of the goal. Now, the good news is, I'm pretty sure our big beefy tree man can tank quite a bit of stuff. So, we may lean on that. Doesn't really help us when it comes to... Okay, looks like our unicorns are going to get smacked here. Doesn't help us much when it comes to... ranged units coming and slapping us around, but it's still pretty good. I've got no real complaints about it. Alright. Let's hit him with some lightning. It's actually pretty good. How much can the unicorns do? Oh yeah, the unicorns got this. And the higher up we get in levels, the more damage we're going to be able to do. I can't say necessarily more tanky we're going to be, because that's not entirely true, but it's all good. Oh, sorry guys and gals. I've been looking around lately, just at other folks in general, just to see kind of where they're at. It sounds probably as bad as I think it sounds, but it's just curious. You know, I've obviously been doing this for a very, very long time. I've had some pretty cool successes, some pretty awesome scenarios. You know, especially with the Hom series, right? It's kind of my thing, right? Hom 7 blew up super big. For me, it was great. I think we never quite hit 600,000 views on the first episode of Hom 7, but like 560,000. I mean, that's still, for someone who has sub 20k at the time of this recording, sub 20k subscribers, been around for as long as I have. That's still a pretty big feat for me, and I'm very happy and proud of that. And I'm very much a fan of the Hom series as a whole. That all being said, I have been kind of looking around a little bit, and I've even looked to some smaller content creators just to see, it's like, what exactly have they been doing? Are they... Oh, that's disappointing. Are they... it's... I don't want to say small-minded, but do they just keep it themselves as much as I do? I see people are a lot more active on social media, something that I don't particularly enjoy. Social media in general. I realize the silly argument to that is you're on YouTube, which many consider a social media platform. But I mean like Twitter, stuff like that. Like they're posting pictures and like, hey, I did this and this, and just throwing everything they've ever done out there all the time, which is fine, and it's probably good to do that. But I like to let people know, like, hey, here's a new thing that I did. Check it out, right? And then kind of walk away and not bug them about it. If they like it, they'll come back, It's that whole, I would be and know that I am a absolutely terrible, terrible salesman, because I'm not aggressive. I don't want to get in people's business and like, hey, look at this, forced you to check this out. That's just not who I am. It's not what I do. So the social media thing's a little bit weird for me, first off, and then secondly, Like I said, you've got the... I really, really want to get that one extra. Do we have... Marketplace requires that too. We do have wood coming in, right? We do. Do we have anything that doesn't require, like, wood? I mean, I know we're a forest group. I'm just gonna wait one more turn real quick. But anyhow, I've been checking out other stuff, so a lot more social media posting, and just like, hey, I did this, like very into their. Again, this all sounds terrible, and I don't mean it to. And again, I'm happy that folks are this way. I'm happy that they're happy about the stuff they're doing. I'm happy about the stuff that I do. I love what I do. It's great. But I don't know. I'm not very good at self-promotion, I guess. So it just feels disingenuous to be like, hey, I did this thing. You check out all these screenshots. Oh, look at this. Oh, it was so fun. I had so much fun. I did it. I played it. I enjoyed it. I had fun. I don't need to tell you that I had fun, I don't think. I mean, I do that a little bit, like, oh, this is so great. Like, I get excited. I get, energized when I'm playing, and I do have fun, and sometimes I express that, but again, everybody's different. Everybody has their own different things. So that's one of the things. It's like, I don't know that I can adjust to doing that, so that might just not be my style. But then I also see, like, smaller content creators. And again, I'm not saying, oh, a smaller content creator or I'm huge or anything of that nature, right? Like, that's not what I'm saying here. That's not my intent to bury or throw anyone under the bus or, say, oh, well, I'm this huge mega conglomerate. That's none of that. None of that. Oh, I forgot. No, I did upgrade them, but I didn't combine them? No, I didn't upgrade. Oh, it was the archers that I did. All right, sorry. I thought I did the blade dancers. It's just looking around, seeing what, like, other content creators around my size or even smaller than my size and what they're doing. And I've seen some of them actually have merch out at, like, less than half my size, and I'm like, really? Like, to me, that's something that you don't do till you're, like, 50K, 100K, you really have cemented yourself. And even then, to what I'm guessing, I have no, like, basis of comparison or grounds of, like, I know this is factual. I never thought that merch really did that well for a lot of people. Until they were, like, super huge, and even then, I don't know how well or unwell it did. So, again, it was kind of a, I would say a culture shock, but kind of. It was surprising, to say the least. So the lightning bolt still does more damage. Why does it feel like this does more damage in general? Wait. Please get rid of the spell. I hit harder than my magic spell cast? Yeah, 110 attack damage. Why is that a thing? Wait, I can imbue the arrow now? Makers, but also immediately cast imbued spell, draining the ranger's mana. Can I cast this on top of... Oh. I totally can. Is it going to use my turn? It is. Okay. So there's the catch-22, so to speak. Oh god, this is not going to go well, is it? Ha! You're going to hit me with a fireball now. That sucked. Wait. Oh, you got Vorpal sword. Yeah. I was like, wait. Well, first off, I was surprised that we didn't just outright kill him when he attacked. So that was kind of shocking, but... that hurt a lot. Alright, well, I mean, we're gonna attack and I guess cast a lightning blast on top of it. Well, let's lose one of our unicornucopias. We knew that this is gonna be somewhat costly. Like, this comes as no surprise to us. We will eventually wear him down. Wait. Oh, our ammo cart got blown up? That sucks. I'm gonna take a peek inside. And then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna have to get more troops. It's a new week. And we need to hustle, get more troops. We need to do some upgrades. Is there anything else we can do over here? No, not really. Well, that's not entirely true, is it? Alright, question is, do we get the increased pixies, or do we get the increased trees? I know the trees in the long run are going to be the better call, but I think the pixies in the intermediate, or in the immediate time, I think they're going to be the better call for right now. Like, in the long run, having a lot more giant trees is going to be a lot better than having a few extra pixies. But the pixies to start with give me, free damage that can't be retaliated against. It's kind of an impressive feat. I also sort of want to upgrade Fairy Woods and the turn, and we'll move on. Anyway, so thoughts of merch have been going through my mind, and again, maybe this is something we'll do around 20k, maybe 25k, maybe 100k, maybe never. I don't know. I've thought about it for a while, and it's something that I personally would. I know I would wear my own merch. It's we've come full circle, right? I'll be a walking cliche, but I happen to like my logo a lot. Both of my logos. I have the one with the circle, the head, the fedora, the shadow, and all that. And then I have one where it's that, and on the back, and it's got the freak show. We play, we fight, we conquer underneath. And so my thoughts are, make a zip down hoodie, zip up hoodie. I don't know, whatever it is. I don't like pullover hoodies. I never have. I'm uncomfortable in them. I don't know why. I always have been. But the zip up ones I like. I like them a lot. I think they're fantastic. Those are my go-to cold weather thing. Like, even in Canada, that's the most you'll ever see me wearing is a zip-up hoodie, which is not great when it comes to not getting covered in snow and it not, ruining your day, basically. Because it just kind of goes right through it. So, long story short, I'm considering doing something like that as a potential merchandise thing. And I'm just curious, from the people who are the diehard fans, I can only assume, of the channel, who are watching episode 110, 12, whatever this is, of HOM 5, 102, 204, I don't know. It all blends together. Is that even something that's remote? I don't, if it cost me X number of dollars, I don't know, let's say $20 to get this stuff made, I'm not going to be selling it for $1,000. I basically just would like to have shipping costs covered and maybe a tiny bit extra. I have no idea what shipping costs are, so that's all stuff I'd have to look into. This would be nice to make a little bit of profit on it, but yeah. Either way, I don't think it's really something that a lot of people would be thrilled to get or would want to get. I have no idea. I have no idea what kind of fan base I have. It just doesn't. It's never really occurred to me that this is something that people would be clamoring for, and I'm just curious. Is this a thing that anybody would actually want? Again, I'm not gonna be oh, I can get this hoodie made for $10. It's $100. Give me money. It's not a thing of that nature. That's not the idea or the concept behind it. Where I know a lot of companies, a lot of places, they get merch and they're oh, here you go, and it's a 400% markup, and they're making bank on it, and they have the fan base to have that make sense, or I guess it kind of goes back for me to the whole idea, or all right, we gotta get this wood thing under control here. The whole idea or concept of what I see when I watch other channels right now. I'll go watch someone else's channel for a little while, and let's say in a 15-minute video, there'll be 6-7 ads, legit 6 or 7 ads on a 15-minute video, 5+ ads on a 10-minute video sometimes, and it's just so egregious and horrible. And I've considered doing this, and I probably will at one point. No, not giving you guys all those ads, but just showing you guys how YouTube does the ad thing. If you just set it and forget it type situation, just oh yeah, I'll just let YouTube do whatever it wants, and let it handle the ad revenue. and the ad placement, and it's so awful. Like, I passionately hate the way it works. I'm gonna sit here one more day. I know I hate it too. It's very ungood. But essentially, so what I do is you hit yes to monetization if you guys are curious. I don't know why I'm randomly telling you guys random stuff now, but it's that time of day, I guess. I don't know. It's fine. But essentially, you do the monetization. It does the starting ads, and it allows you to do like mid-roll ads, because all my videos are like 25 minutes or more most of the time. And then you can go to automatically place blah 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 blah. That's a thing that you can check. And when you do, YouTube's just like money, 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 and just like fills your entire thing up with ads every like 2-3 minutes. It's nauseating how many. Like, I tried it twice. And I'm like, oh my, and then I think once it like auto turned itself on, and somebody's like, why do you have like 400 ads on that? And I'm like, how come nobody calls out any other channels with all these ridiculous ads? Anyway, long story short, I essentially have the ads at the beginning, and then I go somewhere midway through the video, I click and I add one more ad. That's all I do. So you're not getting 30, 40 ads per video like most videos of my length would be. Like, it's super frustrating watching a lot of other content, because it's just so terrible. Not the content itself, just how egregiously they monetize it. And, you know, honestly, I should be doing that. It's widely accepted. It is the norm, but I don't know. I mean, maybe that's the key to being more successful or making more money on YouTube, is just, you know, the fans are going to watch regardless. Screw them. Get more money for it. It just doesn't sit right with me, you know? So, yeah, just looking around, seeing other content creators around my size, which I think every single one does that, by the way. The let YouTube automatically place the ads, which, again, unacceptable. It's an unacceptable level of ads. It's horrible. I'll make a video one day. It's a little short that won't be an actual short, because what the heck is that about? But yeah, I'll make a little short video and show you guys, like, all right, this is what I do. This is what everybody else does. Why is this a thing? I'm sorry. It's a complaint. It's a little bit of a rambliness, but like, it's a legit, serious problem. Like, it shouldn't be that way. And it does bother me. Alright, well, we're going to have most of our mana drained. Actually, that wasn't as bad as I was expecting. I thought it would be much worse than that. I like 25 mana taken. I can live with that. Please hit pretty high. Yep, you did. Alright, good. My archers are doing archy things, which is very nice. Ooh, you know what I should have... Oops. You know what I should have done? Not randomly clicked like I did there. I should have probably drained the mana out of him. So we mananate ourselves. So like I said, I'm looking around. Another thing that I see that I hate and I'm never going to do, at least I don't think so. I've considered it a few times, because every once in a while it's funny, but mostly it just annoys me. Is people like to heavily edit their videos, right? That's something that I'm fervently against, not just because I don't want to do it, which is true, I don't want to do it. Like, I hate it. I think it's just awful. But even beyond that, before I ever tried to do it, I don't like edited videos. I prefer seeing, like, entire things unfold before me. So I'd be more inclined to watch, like, a 6-hour stream than, like, a 20-minute highlights video. But again, I know that this is a me thing and not an everybody thing. So, the thing that bothers me is people just constantly adding sound effects that don't belong into something. It's like, why? It's like, just, you know, stuff is there. I don't know. So, basically, my journey through other content creators' content has been strange, eye-opening at times, possibly even enlightening, but kind of makes me glad I do things the way I do it, to some extent. there's a lot of stuff that I do that I do like how it comes out, what it looks like, and how it is. There's other stuff I do that I personally like, but I know is not the popular choice, we'll say. So, either way. Alright, so what is this going to do? It's going to do 88 damage. And we're going to do 44. It's weird our spell damage and our actual physical damage fluctuates so drastically. Depending on what we're fighting. I guess it makes sense to some degree, but... Oh, that's great. Should totally hit us. No! Okay, no, that's fine. That worked out way better than I anticipated. Meh. Okay, that all worked out. They were able to tank up enough and not die. It's good. So, really, the only change is... Maybe I do merch? I don't know. It seems so straightforward, too. It's like, oh, it's a hoodie. Everybody does a hoodie. I don't know. Either way, gauge in response. Just curious, is that something anybody be interested in? And I know I'll probably get a bunch of comments and stuff telling me how much better I could be at my job if I did this or that or whatever the case is. Because I get those comments all the time, like, oh, you should play more popular games. And I'm thinking, I already do, and no, that's not the problem. I don't know, guys, gals. We're doing good. We're on the upswing. We're actually having some resurgence. Tactics Ogre's doing fantastically well on the channel. The numbers might not reflect it as far as like, oh my god, 200,000 views. But it's doing decently for me as far as that. And there's a lot of engagement on it. So regardless as to whether or not like the overall views are super high, which they're not, but I don't want to fight that. That seems like just a bad plan in general. How many of these are there? Lots. It's not 100% super descriptive there. 29, that seems like too many too. Alright, let's go fight the doges or whatever these are. Yeah, the doges. Yeah, regardless of the actual overall numbers, it's still doing quite well, which I'm very, very happy about. There's a lot of engagement. People are excited for the game, and that's really cool to see. It also cements my belief that with the success, which I'm already calling it, whether it's 100% true or not yet, I don't know, but with the success of Tactics Ogre Reborn, and the fact that we've seen there were leaked documents with a bunch of, like, I think it was Square Enix, a bunch of Square Enix games that were like slated to release, and all of them have come true up to this point. Final Fantasy Tactics was on that list. So I feel like, again, with the success of Tactics Ogre, and a lot of their other stuff like Triangle Strategy and so on and so forth, I think they're realizing there is a clamor for good tactical turn-based strategy games, SRPGs, and I think there's a very, very real chance that sooner rather than later, and I think there's a choice, but sooner rather than later, we're going to see Final Fantasy Tactics brought to PC and modern systems. And I think the choice that they're going to have to make is, do they throw money at it to the point where... they are going to do like a remastering of the game, something akin to what Final Fantasy VII Remake was, or more of a port with some minor adjustments and quality of life improvements, more along the lines of what Tactics Ogre has. And I honestly would be very curious either way. I mean, I don't want the entire game to change, like it not be a tactical turn-based strategy game anymore. Kind of like Final Fantasy VII's remake kind of changed a lot of the core mechanics. And honestly, I did and do enjoy Final Fantasy VII's remake quite a bit so far, but I could see why people would not necessarily like it as much. But it did quite well, and the second part of that's coming out relatively soon too, so you guys can keep your eyes glued there. But yeah, just SRPGs are so good. I love them. And there's so many out there, and they're not just, you know, Square Enix or you know, things akin to that. There's so many indie games that are fantastic. I mean, Telepath Tactics Liberated, fantastic game. Absolutely loving that one. I enjoyed it the first time I played it, the original Telepath Tactics. It had some hardware or software limitations, I suppose, but the game itself was solid, and, you know, a lot of love, energy, and effort put into it. Good story, solid. Definitely something you'll see me continue as we go. And just so many other ones. By the Sword Tactics. I honestly can't remember, like Venarius Tactics. Just a ton. My brain really hurts today, by the way, guys. I also have a fairly bad headache. Probably why I'm so rambly. It's a ramble on episode. That's a lot of doges. I think we need to go back, or we need to hire a dude. Can we hire a dude? I think we can hire a dude. Let's hire a dude. Oh, we're not going to go with Scimitar. We're going to go with Gilrayan. Welcome to the squad, Gilrayan. Yep, that's about what I expected. Wait. Did I not hire Gilrayan? Oh, no, I didn't hire Gilrayan. Alright, well, unwelcome to the squad, Gilrayan. We'll talk later or something. Well, let's go take a peek down here. What's over here? Okay, things are getting a little bit wild. Ooh, shiny. Oh, it's an Imp Crucible. I mean, I don't really have any desire to own that, but... I suppose we'll go back above ground. Alright, we're going to make our way back. We are going to bring forth our compatriot here, Gilrayan. We are going to hire you this time, I promise. Hee. Whoopsie. Sorry about your luck. Alright, so, super fun. Barely an inconvenience. We got him. Fine strength. And head on over. Okay, so with the two running at each other and doing the "At last, my dream has come along," you know, that whole scenario. You know, I think we actually need to get all the way out of here at some point, because we definitely want to go take that on. But for right now, I suppose we'll just drop off the troops, and it'll be fine. Alright. So, definitely see some metaphysical holes in my metaphysical game. I do see some stuff that I'm doing right. I do see some stuff that, regardless as to whether or not it would be better, I'm probably not going to do. But, all in all, interesting things are abound, and I'm pretty happy about it. I said, the channel's doing quite well by comparison to how it's been over the last little bit. With a few exceptions. We had a few things that went quite well for us. So, I'm looking forward to the future. The future looks pretty bright. I have a goal that I'd like to hit the 20K mark before the end of 2022. I think that is definitely doable. We're less than 170 or 165 or something away. We are making some pretty large strides toward that, and I'm pretty excited by that. So yeah, I have some pretty high hopes. Oh boy. Okay, he was just strong enough to absorb that, which I'm super grateful for. I'll let you do that. Really need to hit this hard, and I did, and that's great. Yeah, do that. Very nice. Alright, now we need to lightning strike. And I've got literally nothing left to stop you with, do I? I mean, it's going to do 88 versus 97. You're going to come after whomsoever you wish. Unless I can stop you right here. Go! Oh. Oh, that was brilliant. I knew you had something in you that could do that. It was a blinding attack, right? It basically made you skip your turn. Or did it blind you outright? Blindness. Nice. It did blind you outright. Very good. I'm proud of me. Okay, I'm less proud of myself now that I apparently broke you out of your blindness, which forced your turn directly ahead of mine. I didn't particularly like that part of it. I could have done without that part of it. Yeah. Advanced sorcery speeds up hero casting in combat. Some advanced offense. I still feel like Bindon is not an offensive guy. Like, he's supposed to be probably more spell oriented, and I'm just like, nope, throwing spells and caution to the wind. We're going directly right for the jugular. The jugular. It's fine. Yeah, we're almost out of time. It's hard to reflect when you're thinking about like 300,000 different things at once. It really does put a dampening on your ability to reflect, or even to communicate what you're trying to say or reflect specifically. Alright, in this case, lightning's better. We'll drain a few. Much better with the 20 of those boys doing some work. So I can up my social media game. I may or may not do merch. The content is flowing again really nicely, and I'm very happy about that. People are responding and getting, commenting and getting into some series again, which is really cool to see. Having, fan engagement is always a nice thing. And, yeah. So, like I said, some good stuff on the horizon. I already have planned out a whole bunch of stuff for this entire year until, the next year. I got a whole bunch of stuff ready to go in my mind of what I'd like to accomplish, goals that I have set. And we are well on our way to reaching some of those goals, which is very, very cool. All right, so we're going to save up for this stuff now with our wood supplies. All right, and I think with that, ladies and gentlemen, I will break out the episode right here as we hit the end turn button and we move on with our lives. There's definitely going to be more HOM on the channel if that's something that you are looking forward to or excited about. And we're going to be working a lot more stuff into just our regular everyday recordings, uploads. I'm going to be returning to streaming on Twitch relatively soon, which I think will probably finish up, at least I'm going to try to, finish up both the YouTube and Twitch streaming recording of Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. And then that's probably going to be the last dual stream that I do as like a regular stream. After that, it's all just going to be on Twitch. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitch, that would be fantastic. I mean, I'd love to get over 1,000 followers or whatever it is that you have on Twitch. That would be really cool. I think we're up at like 863. I really haven't cared to stream in the last several months. Yeah, and physically and health-wise, as far as physical health goes, I've been better, but I've also been worse, and I'm motivated, and things are changing for the good on that front, so that's good. It seems like every time I get started, something happens, I get hurt, and I can't do stuff. We're at a point where I'm not hurt right now, so we're going to hope again, and we'll see how that goes. And as far as mentally goes, sometimes I can be down, depressed, sad at times. Not often, and hopefully never to the point where you guys are like, I just don't want to hear this guy anymore. But no, I'm in a good place. I'm in a good place. I'm usually in a pretty good place. Sometimes less so, but usually in a good place. And I'm excited to see what this year brings. I'm excited to see how much you guys enjoy the stuff I'm going to be bringing you guys and see how far we can take this. All right, folks, that's it. I'm done rambling. I'm done babbling. A big shout out and a thank you once again to the patrons. You guys are fantastic, and I loves you so much. We'll be readdressing all the Patreon stuff at some point. There's a lot of things I had planned and just never really could get through to. So either we're going to have to make it... we'll talk about that another time. But either way, thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all the people who watch and view. Please let me know your thoughts on something as silly as like a hoodie merch with, the Freak Show branding on it. And that's pretty much it. Until the next episode, I've been your host, Bumpy McRambly, aka Bumpy McSquigums. We play, we fight, we conquer.